last week, slope from a graph is what over what? Rise over 1. Good. So today we're going to talk about what happens if we don't have a graph. Okay, what happens if they just give us 2 points and we don't have a graph to work with? Okay, so on page 5, maybe if I get there. It gives us the formula. Okay, slope, which tomorrow we're going to learn. For some reason, they use the letter M rather than S. Okay, slope equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. You might want to write this stuff down somewhere. I think there's paper over there you can grab. Saw? Pencil? Catch? All right, so what I like to do is I like to take my points. Points are always written as what, comma, what? X, comma, y. So I always label my points. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Okay, X1, Y1 for the first point, XY. X2, Y2 for the second point, XY. See? Okay, so now we just plug in numbers. Okay, what is my y2? Negative 1 minus y1, 3, divided by x2, 4, minus x1, 1. So what do I get on top? Negative 4 over 3. Can that be reduced? Oh, so my slope is negative 4 over 3. Well, you can always plug it into your calculator, go top divided by bottom, and then math, enter, enter. But it's always is there a number that goes into both of them? Yeah. Yep. You'll always get to use your calculators in this class. Okay, so flip your page. There you go. Whew, it's Monday. I can't even talk. All right, so I'm going to take my points. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. We flipped the page, Dylan. Okay, so now we're going to plug them in. Y2, 2 minus, Y1, negative 3 over x2 minus x1, 4. So 2 minus negative 3. What happens with my negatives? Those turn into a plus. So 2 plus 3 is 5 over 0. Take 5 divided by 0 in your calculator. Take 5 divided by 0 in your calculator right now. It says error. Okay? And this is why. Can you divide by 0? No. So, based off of these, undefined. Okay? If you get an error, or if 0 is on the bottom, your slope is undefined. Because you can't divide by 0. So that's the only one that's undefined. Okay, everything else would be, you would be dividing by something. Yep, and we'll get to a 0 slope one, okay? What kind of line is it? Vertical line, yep. Okay, and if we graph that, we can see that. What do we have? 4, negative 3 is down here, and 4, 2 is up here. That's a really perfect vertical line that I just drew. Okay, so let's do some of these. x1, y1, x2, y2. What goes on the top? 7. What goes in between them? Minus 3 over x2 minus x1. So on the top, 4 over, anytime I get 0 on the bottom, my slope is undefined. Very good. Yep. Okay, undefined. Okay, so if we look at number 2, x1, y1, x2, y2, I'm going to start calling on people. Alyssa, what's my y2?
It's 5.
Minus what, Sydney? 5 over innocent? x2? Negative 4 minus Rania? 2. So on the top I get over negative 6. Plug that one into your calculator. 0 divided by the negative 6. You get 0. Okay, so you can have 0 on top. You can't have 0 on the bottom. If you have 0 on top, your slope is 0. Yeah, or you can just put 0. I'm okay with that. Okay, if you get 0 on the bottom, you get undefined. Okay, x1, y1, x2, y2, x2, Haley Fry? Huh? 25 minus Alexis? 5, yep. Divided by Dylan, x2? Negative 3 minus Haley Johnson? 2. So on the top we get what? 20 divided by negative 5. Nope, just negative 4. You just leave it as that whole number. Yes, ma'am? No. It would be if they were right next to each other. So like minus a negative. Okay, x1, y1, x2, y2. Amber, what do I start with? Negative 10 minus Arta. Looking for y1. 6, you bet. Over Alex. Minus Hallie. Okay, so 2 minus negative 2. There you go. So now that they're right next to each other, Sydney, now they turn into a plus. So negative 10 minus 6, Noor? Negative 16 over 2 plus 2, Ian? 4. Reduce that guy, Brielle. We get negative 4. Again. Okay, so is it super horrible? Whatever. All right.